Let's discuss. Hey everyone, it's Rachel back again with another video, and today I'm going to be checking out a new track from Traitors called Bitter. This is a band that I didn't get into until recently. It was really when the Big Six stuff came up, and I was looking into who was behind it. It was the vocalist of this band, Tyler, who really put that together and drove the project. It's like his baby. I'm not really sure what's happening with it now, but that was what got me to be like, okay, I haven't done a proper deep dive with Traitors. And at that point I did. I really loved some of what I heard. I think I had New World on the channel or something, and that's it. We did some stuff on stream, but I just hadn't jumped into it that way. So now that I have, seeing a new single, very exciting. I wanted to be sure to get a video sorted out for it for the channel. That is what I'm doing. I will link all of their social media as well as the music video I'll be using in the reaction portion of this in the description of this video. Other than that, I'm going to stop talking and we are going to get straight into it. When this drops, the bass is gonna have to be Traitors, Bitter, let's discuss. Produced by Josh Bearden, and it shows. This is a killer track. A lot of those drops were really working for me, but what I found with this track was that there was a lot of other stuff that was as well, from the vocals, those highs. The lows work really well with the sound. I think when I think of Traitors, that's something that I can kind of hear in my head, some of the lows and stuff. The highs, not so much. Not something that I really recall being of note for me in my visit to this band and stuff, but just drop after drop. And then that's why I said I was wondering with the big drop, how much bass, because they just had a lot of those drops sprinkled in that kind of give you that feel like going to, growing up, going to Warped Tour and stuff like that. They had these big tower speakers, and it felt at one point like bands were just trying to out 808 drop each other, so that, having that sort of drop in a crowd and stuff is just it's a ton of fun. But anyway, so having that sort of somewhere tucked in me when I come to new stuff, and though my taste has shifted a lot since those days, that is still something that just does so much for me, having all the, especially when you know the big ones coming and seeing how that's going to be expressed when you've got like all the small build-ups to it. Excellently executed. That was a tough one to get out there. Vocals were a huge draw for me, kind of an attention stealer a bit, but there's also a lot. There was like some parts where they let the I should go and get a timestamp for the exact part I'm talking about here. It's around 2:16 that you can hear the part I'm talking about, where the guitar is almost a bit muted compared to the rest of the track, or it's like building back up. That sort of detail, rather than like front to back, straightforward heaviness, I think it adds detail that's noticeable for sure, and that adds some break in the song, I guess. Not that you always need it with something like this, but I enjoyed that. They have a breakdown within like the first minute, I think, of the track that says Deep South, and that's the Deep South is Traitors' thing, their Deep South music, all that stuff. So hearing that in the breakdown form, especially in that first minute, putting a breakdown in there, and then you get the one that's like, I think maybe what's said in the breakdown I'm talking about towards the end of the track is like, I'm gonna make you drown in my ego trip, or something like that. Breakdown is the one I'm talking about. I'm sure you know which one. That has much more pack in the punch, but having that first breakdown, it still really hits and is just as notable to me, I think, because you're just getting the momentum going with the track, and they hit you with it out of the gate. It is a shorter track, under 3 minutes, so you gotta do what you gotta do to get it rolling, but I won't talk too much on it, since it is a shorter track like that. Try not to make the outros too much longer than the actual song, but having Josh working on the producing of this, the recording of this, I love that. Also, whoever did the mix, I'm not sure, I should have looked, but I think probably someone else mixed it. That teamwork of the two of them seems to be a winning combination, because there were just some points where, like what I just mentioned, with having the song give like the smallest bit of a break there, where at least some of the elements, like the guitar and stuff, are taking a bit of a backseat there very briefly. I just really like this combination, especially being a band I haven't listened a ton to. Sometimes when I'm covering, especially on the heavier bands like this, it was a lot of stuff like Distinguisher. I guess Orthodox is another band that we've kind of done a similar way of like getting me into them as Traitors. But I'll be excited. I want to try to see this track live. Definitely won't miss a live show when they roll through. I know they're going to be on tour through June, I believe. I think tour is just about to start at the time that I'm filming this. So if they're going to be coming through your area, check the tour dates. They included them in, I know I saw them on their social media, but they probably got tour dates on the website, maybe with the video and stuff. But I will link all of their social media, promotional links, all that good stuff in the description of this video. I really don't have anything I would want different from this track, because I think this is the one from them so far that's hit the hardest with me. Those highs really left an impression, but again, I think it's a song structure as well. The way that the heaviness, the call-outs are kind of divvied out. Having a song that straight up just says, I'm bitter and fucking pissed. A lot of times we talked about the pissed off sounding tracks, this and that. So it's hearing a line like that, and it's like very, very straightforward. This does sound pissed. Said he's pissed. So that's always something talked about, I think, in the heavier tracks that we do on stream and stuff. Like a lot of people being like, "Oh, this is pissed." I just found that to be an interesting little detail as well. Maybe not interesting, but a moment that stuck out to me. Anyway, now I'm just carrying on. I will link all of the stuff that you may need related to Traitors in the description. I will include the video that I used in the reaction portion of this. You can also find my link tree there. That will have the Patreon, the Discord server invite link, my Twitch channel, which I've recently started streaming on. I've got everything that you may need there. The Discord server is where the community is based for my YouTube channel. We've got a lot of really wonderful people in there. Patreon, I do monthly streams. I'm working on a new video right now that I should be editing next week and hopefully getting up at some point next week. I'm updating the tiers. They offer the polls for which albums we'll be covering, releases on Twitch. Those go up on Patreon before I announce my Twitch stream, stuff like that. So if you're interested, that'll be there. As always, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it.